Truth be told, I was actually supposed to review this movie like a week and a half ago when it came out, but I was on vacation with my family for Thanksgiving, so that just wasn't in the cards for me. Wicked is a new fantastical musical that is directed by John M. Chu. The movie is a live-action remake that is based on the play that came out, I think, in the early 2000s. That play was loosely based off of a book about this that came out in the mid-1990s, I think. Full disclosure, I have not read the book that this entire thing was based on, and I only remember bits and pieces from the play, and I did not revisit it before this video because I'm a lazy fuck and I got a lot of other shit to do. This film stars Ariana Grande, it stars Cynthia Erivo, it stars Jeff Goldblum, Michelle Yeoh, Peter Dinklage shows up in here. Really talented cast they've put together for this thing. After a young woman with magical power who has been green her entire life goes to this magical school, she meets a character there named Glinda who is obsessed with being popular no matter what the cost. But after they both take a trip to the land of Oz, their paths begin to diverge from each other in very different ways, and this movie is about the journey leading up to that path diverging. I'm gonna say the same thing that I've said before that I feel like a lot of people say when they're about to praise something, and that something is, I'm not a huge fan of musicals. I feel like you guys know that already. You guys also know that every time I come out and I say, hey, I'm not a big fan of musicals, that means I'm probably about to praise the musical that I'm talking about, so yeah, it's kind of a pointless thing, but we move anyways. Wicked was a lot better than I thought it had any right to be. Wicked is awesome, Wicked is dope. This is a movie that's visually stunning. Now, normally I only say something is visually stunning if I'm talking about movies and their cinematography, how they're filmed and how they're shot, or if I'm talking about Zendaya or Lupita Nyong'o or Beyonce or Megan Thee Stallion, or you know, just one of my several 10 to 20 different wives that I adopt on this channel. When I say something is visually stunning, know that I am very passionate about the way that films look, and also know that I have entirely too much thirst in my life that I probably need to curtail. This movie has excellent, amazing cinematography. It's one of the best looking movies of 2024. The cinematography is very lush, very vibrant. Color grading and the color palette that they pick from in this movie, all of it is top notch. It's not just greens, it's purples, it's pinks, it's yellows, it's blues, it's any color you could think of. This also combines with really great set design to create something beautiful and immersive, because the set design in here is god tier. I love the way everything in this movie was built, the way it's set up, the way it's designed. I love the way every frame is filled with interesting things. You look at archways, you look at walls, you look at buildings, you look at paintings, you look at bookcases, and you look at ladders. Like anything that they use to put into a frame in this movie, it is gorgeous, and it helps you create this immersive feeling where you do feel like you're in this magical world of Oz. Obviously, it is a musical, so you have to comment on the music. The music was pretty good, honestly. Music was pretty good. I would say that the great choreography with the songs combines with the set design to make some interesting musical numbers, and it really elevates the production overall. I think everybody here is doing a good job, or they're having a lot of fun. Michelle Yeoh with silver hair, I mean, she's having a lot of fun. She's not actually in the movie as much as you would think she is. What's her name? Edipa? I'm butchering Cynthia Erivo's character, but she's like the main character of the movie. Ariana Grande obviously plays Glinda. If I could describe Ariana Grande's character, you remember Sharpay off of the High School Musical movies? There you go. That's Ariana Grande's character in this movie. For better or worse, you could be annoyed by it or whatever, but honestly, I thought she was funny. I thought she had some of the funnier moments in the script. Like I said, this is Cynthia Erivo's movie. She takes command, full center stage. She gives the best performance in the movie easily. When it comes to the songs that really allow her to shine center stage and really accentuate her voice, she does a great job with that. She has a good voice. She did a good job in the movie singing the songs. I would say that this is a movie that is about the fantastical. Obviously, it has this big magical world, and it has these larger than life personalities and people. It's a magical school where a bunch of weird shit happens. There's also a lot of modern real world stuff that is going on in this movie. A lot of concepts, ideas, themes that you could trace back to modern day, and it feels like it's very relevant for the times. There are some microaggressions in this movie that I was just like, okay, I was about to jump through the screen on some people's behalf in this movie. So glad I didn't do that. I would also say if you're a big fan of third acts, this movie has a great third act. It is a riveting third act. It is a thrilling third act. It's much more emotional, and the songs that are being sung and performed, all of that is really incredible stuff. I do feel like the storytelling for a movie this long is a little bit uneven. What do I mean by uneven? I mean that there's a lot of shit that happens in this movie. There's a lot of shit that has to happen. This movie is not just telling a story, but it's also setting the stage for other stories that they're telling in part two. So as a result, some parts of this movie are going to feel a little bit overstuffed, a little bit meandering. Sometimes there are things that the movie focuses on, and sometimes that plot that they're focusing on goes like 40 to 45 minutes without even being mentioned again, and then it brings it up up again. It's like, oh shit, okay, I guess I forgot about that. It does feel like there's a lot going on, maybe a little bit too much going on, and that does work against the movie at times. The movie feeling a little bit overstuffed creates this haphazard flow to the pacing of the movie, where I wasn't bored, but I definitely did feel that it was nearly 3 hours long. Because it's a big movie and it's a big ensemble cast, there's gonna be some parts of it that are not gonna get the attention or the time to get fleshed out, and as a result, there are some parts of it that you're not gonna care for. There are some characters, some songs, some bits that are just kind of thrown into the movie and you forget about them and they don't feel that important or that relevant. You can't help but watch the movie and feel like they're holding back on certain things, certain story elements, because they're building this thing for part 2. And that's just something you're gonna have to live with. It's gonna irritate some people, didn't bother me much, but I gotta mention it. Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande pretty much carry this movie on their entire backs, and some sloppy storytelling is not enough to make me say that I didn't have fun watching the movie. Wicked was actually a pretty fun time at the movies, more fun than I thought it would be. I'm gonna leave this one in the Silver Age for Man of Steel. Are you a fan of Wicked? Have you read the book? Have you seen the play? What did you think about this adaptation? Give me your thoughts on Wicked in the comment section down below. Please like and subscribe to the Superfan Show. And if you like what you see, tell me how you feel and stay tuned to hear more from the Man of Steel. Peace.